UNSC Report to Office of Naval Intelligence, 2281. We have confirmed reports that the Foreigner Remnant and the Nagolo Hunters have entered into an alliance not dissimilar from the Reclamation. Sangheli continue to withstand the brunt of this assault, and our analysts predict the collapse of the Sword of Sanghelios within the next few decades. How this will affect galactic politics remains to be seen. Our home fleet is also on its return to Sol after a successful deployment against two rogue groups of space amoeba. The creatures had been a disruption to civilian traffic as well as science and construction vessels attempting to establish new outposts in outlying systems. With them gone, it is our hope that new worlds can be located and established. With the outermost human colonies in the URF gaining traction and attracting extremist elements from the UEG, the UNSC must expand its influence to keep up with both the terrorist faction and other galactic powers. End report. Hi guys, Tom from Project T here, and welcome back to Stellaris Responsibilities Mantle. Last time we went on a hunting trip. We had a couple of fleets of amoeba up here in our currently being claimed territory, harassing our construction science ships. So we sent in the home fleet to go and wipe them out, and it succeeded quite gracefully. And that home fleet is currently being reinforced with a couple of extra frigates and an extra destroyer, and it also is in some need of repairs because the UNSC Providence there, that's very near destruction. You, sir, need help. We are also in the process of upgrading Battle Group Sierra 3 as well, with similar properties. I got confused there. I just saw the shield bar on that ship, but it's the frigate I got from that factory I found at that one point. I see. But also, now that we have our little pests out of the way, we can start to claim this territory once our science ships have gone through the area, and hopefully one of these systems can have a more habitable planet on it, because I'm just finding non-habitable planets. It's rather annoying because I need more planets, because 3 isn't going to cut it much longer. I need more. Though, if I can at some point get a species that is better suited to desert or tundra, or robots, because I have a robot assembly plant now, so if I start getting some actual robots, because I don't have any pop that's constructing, and maybe a bit more advanced AI, I can start seeding robots on those planets, so that'll be another way around it and to get resources from these worlds. But that's a little further down the line, because right now our technology that we're researching, well, we're getting Xena diplomacy because we need more envoys, which would definitely help with our Federation cohesion. Some more science for engineering, and an experimental subspace navigation, or improving our slip space drives, which will help our science ships get around. Also, since it's 2281, and why we need to improve our fleet as well as get more resources in, is we are 2 decades away from the mid-game crisis potentially spawning, and we have yet to find the Marauder faction. It's somewhere in uncharted space. So we really need to get our science ships on overdrive searching out for these marauders so we know where they're coming from, and we can also get our fleets to an appropriate level to repel them should they come along, say 10k at least for home fleet. Because if they come along and I'm not ready, then the UNSC is in a spot of bother, I feel. Also for that, it would be good in 2 decades, around when the mid-game crisis can potentially spawn, we will get our Federation fleet back, which the Banished have currently taken possession of. So hopefully this means the Banished will actually contribute something to this fleet. But either way, once the mid-game crisis is a big problem, I should have it back. And if they take it from me again at the worst possible time, I'm going to be mad. Over here, the elites are getting absolutely wiped out by the hunters. No taming of the hunters in this universe, it seems. Meanwhile, ancient survey marker. A small short-range transmitter has been located on the surface of Romzir 6b. It appears to be an ancient survey marker, placed here eons ago to mark a large deposit of precious metals. The miners it was meant for evidently never arrived, as the deposit is still here. Fascinating. And here we are. Our diplomatic way and embassy complex are available, and we have lost a scientist, so we'll have to renew that admin capacity plus 5%. Gimme. And what do I spot over here on Raxon 2? An ocean world, you say? I think that's going to be pretty colonizable to my people. We'll see what features it has. We might have our 4th planet. Oh, now this is a choice. 3rd generation fortress defense guns, cruisers, which will unlock the marathon class, or 2nd generation Mac cannons. How much that would take 151, 94, 94. Cruisers are very tempting, but it'll take a while. I think for now, we'll go for Mac guns. And we have our new dig site update. Younger Baol fossil specimens have been uncovered from the geological record, though these no longer have diminished hive neurologies. Instead, the structures required for subspace FA's communications are entirely missing. Carbon dating of the specimens have confirmed that some hundreds of years following the Grunur invasion, the Baol began to devolve their ability to connect to one another as a hive mind. Unfortunately, it seems no further relevant data can be extracted from this site. How strange. Strange indeed. And I was about to update you guys on the fact that I've just sent the UNSC Silberg to go and investigate a station in a gas giant, but I just received a Grunur distress signal. Our scientists are picking up a distress signal bearing a Grunur geological signature. It appears to originate from a system previously unknown to us near Aklinda. What kind of ancient message could it possibly contain? Huh. Interesting. Where is this new system? Grunur Prime. Oh dear. It's the Grunur homeworld. And it's right here. Huh. It's not the Baol homeworld at least, but at least as far as I know. Interesting. And there's a destroyed station orb. It looks like the Grunur met a very sticky end. May not have been entirely undeserved given their systematic genocide against an entire species, but there you go. And we have an update on a little project over at this black hole. This Curran's Moor. The readings originate from a small metal pod. Science officer Mark Gagnon has determined that it to be a lifeboat of ancient and alien make. Evidently caught on the outskirts of the black hole's gravity well aeons ago, at an angle just short of a slingshot maneuver. Whether this was the intent or happenstance is difficult to judge, and the pod's automated thrusters have been fighting its ascent to the event horizon ever since. It is now too close to the rise of the salvage. Its report ends abruptly, and the crew of the UNSC Dharma communicate that the science officer appears shaken and deeply troubled by the tragic event of the lifeboat. Oh, and now he's paranoid. God damn it, Mark. Well, the new Senate is now in session. I narrowly lost the last vote, but looking at this one, it might be different. We'll see. Also, Leviathan. We now found beings far surpassing. We found a Leviathan. Where have we found a Leviathan? We have found a being far surpassing anything encountered by our entire spacefaring history. Life capable of growing to an unprecedented scale, rivaling moons in size and mass. Nothing could have prepared us for this. This day will forever mark a turning point in the history of the United Nations Space Command. Let's hope it's far long enough to tell it.
Construction completed.
I don't know where that is, but alright. So, Military Readiness Act. Any community members that are not vassals to another empire that are using less than half the naval capacity are in breach of galactic law. That's basically the forced subjugation of anyone who has less than naval capacity. I think I'm gonna pose that one. I know they're banished from my allies, but that seems a little off. Like, because its other stats are Diplomatic weight from fleet power plus 40%, naval capacity is up, but ship upkeep again is up. I don't want any more ship upkeep for one thing. I've had enough bloody ship upkeep from these bloody packs and crap. And also, that seems like that could go very badly. I mean, if anything ever happened to the fleets, I'm not sure how my fleets weigh to certain other empires. I can't yet really see what's going on. I mean, like, Megekolo, I'm pretty sure they have... Apparently they have equivalent. Well, there's that at least. But still, in the future, I could see that being a problem. So I'm not so keen on that one. And looks like I'm not the only one. Seems the war between the Sword Sanghelios and the Megekolo colonies is over. And the Megekolo colonies gained a planet. And multiple systems. I'm not sure the Sangheli are going to be particularly long for this world, I'm afraid. And we have completed our project over at Grunur Prime, the Baol organism. The UNSC Accra crew have traced the Grunur distress signal to its source, uncovering a crumbling Grunur research facility hanging in orbit of an otherwise long-abandoned planet. And it's called Grunur Prime, so it's their homeworld. The facility is reaching critical energy failure, having survived for millions of years on an extensive network of solar panels and decaying auto-repair systems, all of which are now approaching terminal status. Shockingly enough, scans of the facility are revealing the presence of a single life form. The crew have dispatched an away team and are ready to report. The last Baol. Deep in the dilapidated ruins of the time-worn Grunur research facility, among the long-defunct computer panels and deteriorated research equipment, our ship's crew have made an incredible find. Pincushioned by nutrient tubes and critically failing life support systems lies one single organism, the last Baol, miraculously still alive, surrounded by sludgy remains of other specimens in a row cracked and leaking vats. Owing to our extensive previous archaeological studies on the species, we should be able to obtain communications with this last specimen. Let's try. I've never done this before. A visitor, can it be? The Baol shudders in its vat. But you are not the ones who put us here. Though you come as the alarms sound. Have you come to give us peace at last? Perhaps, but first we have a few questions. The Baol silent for several minutes, then ask. We have waited millennia, we can endure a moment more. Tell about yourself. Ourself? Yes. What is there to tell? We sat beneath the stars on soft earth, unfurled our leaves like sails to the sun overhead. We remember every drop of water that quenched them in the parched summers. Every shivering hoar that blanketed them in the winters. We bent in the wind as the stars wheeled overhead. We were uprooted, we were burned, we were sliced. We were left here. We watched our others rot in their glass prisons. What happened to the Baol? Again, the Baol is long silent before managing a reply. When the burners come, entire colonies were silenced before the danger was known to us. Like a limb gone limp, nerves cut suddenly and totally at the base. And then we lost the next, and then the next, and then the next. One by one, their voices left the chorus. We lost our others. Their silence deafened us who remained. Can you understand, visitor? We could not bear to hear more agony. The burners were swift like you, swifter, and before we could withdraw, they had set us all aflame, all burnt to ash, and the air filled with that grey agony, the dust of our lost. Would you like to join us? Sort of shiver runs through the Baol. The abstaining depression is laughing. No, we have lived too long in this wretched state. Now we can long only for an end, though. What do you tell us? We have been sealed here for so long, blind to all but this room, watching this stale air slowly wear the station down to its melt bones. Tell us, does our kind yet live? We don't have time for this, pull the plug. In a sense, though they are no longer sapient. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, the leaves of the Baol strip on themselves a little more. Perhaps that is best. The machine pumping mysterious fluids in and out of the creature's body begin to splutter and hiss. It is clearly on its last mechanical gasp, and the Baol will perish without it. Silence, yes, at last it approaches. We welcome it as our brethren did so long ago, fellow human. May your kin endure less agony in this world. Farewell.
Construction completed.
And now we have a relic, which does what exactly? 150 on oxygen. No Baol life seeding. A new Baol life seeding, granting the ability to turn one non-economicalist, non-hive-world, non-machine into a Gaia world. Huh? Wait, what? Granting the ability to turn one world into a Gaia planet. I can turn something into a Gaia planet. Fucking alright then. Turn something into a Gaia world then. This ought to be good. Well, I'm creating a colony ship right now because I'm going to grab the Grunur system, colonize it, and I'm going to turn that tomb world into a Gaia world using that Baol seed. So I can send humans, Jirohane. We have tomb world habitability. Human, I can send Envoy. I can send a Forerunner. Do I have those? I have 5 Jirohane somewhere, and I have 1 robot. Why do I have Jirohane? I have to check that, like... Population... I have some Jirohane there. On 30 planets. Interesting. I didn't know I had some living there. Well, either way, back to Sol Station colony ship. I could send them, but since I'm going to turn it into a Gaia world anyway, may not necessarily want that. It's 68%. Yeon, I have no idea who they are. Forerunner. What's there? So, that. Let's just send human for now. Oh shit, I just looked down here to the Kirgyar created war, and the created are absolutely decimating the Kirgyar. Can I get from you an active sensor link? Confirm. I want to see what's going on. There we are. Over at Ain, the home world. Yeah, that's a created fleet, alright. Bombing the crap out of the Jackal homeworld, and that's what's left of the Jackal's fleet. All this debris here. Uh-oh. And they've got another group of ships here coming in. More debris. A station they've taken. And another couple of fleets over here as well. 7 destroyers. What they got? Well, that's bad news. And we've got another archaeological dig site in the clouds. Mapping out and cataloguing the luxurious interior of the station on Saturnius 3 took significant effort. The damage sustained has turned the twisting passages into hazardous, and the air inside has become dangerously volatile from malfunctioning life support systems. The strangest thing about all of this seems to be the decorations. Every room contains at least one statue or portrait of the same individual striking some kind of magnificent pose. Keep digging. Rockstar or something, maybe. And over here we are now colonizing Grunur Prime, and we are calling it Arcadia. Another Halo planet, said to be a crown jewel, and since we are turning it into a Gaia world, seems suitable. Oh, and the United Rebel Front has declared war on the Prickety. Seems they're getting ready to end it if they can get past this Citadel station and what defences Gish has. I suppose we'll see. Ooh, and over here, the Banished have discovered a relic world. Well, my Empire's probably going to reach over there at some point, so I'll definitely be grabbing that. And I have a new tradition to choose, which will be star-based damage, defense, upgrade platform, ship build cost and ship build speed, definitely. And here we go with yet another little archaeological update. As archaeologists on Saturnius 3 pushed into the desert station's interiors, they started encountering dead bodies. Some of them were killed by gunfire, blades, and blunt implements. Others seemed to perish from life support failure. All the bodies appeared to be genetically identical, bearing strong resemblance to the portraits on board. However, different bodies show different levels of development and health. Some were significantly disfigured compared to the others, or show shrunken cranial areas. Science officer believes that all of them are clones of the same individual replicated with different degrees of success. The most degenerated ones were probably the result of multiple generations of cloning. Keep digging. Seems we have cloning going on. 4 months left until the second generation of Mac cannons comes on as well. And we are currently having a deficit of consumer goods, which I'm fixing. Ooh, who's this? Mantle responsibility, research agreement. Okie doke. Is that enough to help? Yes, that's helpful with that. Good-o, I'm starting to improve relations with the rest of these guys. That's good. 2 months left until second generation Mac cannons, which will be just in time because I'm currently building a few more ships. Just got another halberd coming along, and that should get that fleet to 4K, which will put us overall at 6.
System survey concluded.
There we go, another surveyed
Knowledge
system
is
down
the key
here.
to the universe.
There we go. Second generation Mac guns. Alloy Mega Forges is a possibility. And a decent one. Oh, missiles. I'm going to go with Mega Forges because I need some more alloys. Whenever that... I'll probably make some more foundries whenever the next build site pops up as well. I definitely need more. And if I can get Mega Foundries on the go, then I can upgrade some of them anyway and start getting some more alloys out there. And now that I do have these new Mac guns as well, and all the ships are finished building, second generation. Start popping these guys in. There you go. Let's have a look. Where's the damage output on this? There we go. So it's 12 currently. Up to 15. That's a decent improvement. Halberd class, your medium Mac gun. There you go. And Cairo Station, of course, needs its own. There we are. So, Anchor 1. Upgrade your defenses. As for our current fleet, also
Ship
upgrade.
Upgrades applied.
Very good. I'm gonna need to wait for my alloys to
Ship
build up a bit.
upgrades
I'm only getting
applied.
plus 15 now, so I definitely need to make some more alloy forges because they're starting to get used up. I'll start getting some mega forges
Colony
in
establishment has begun.
once this technology has been completed. It costs motes, which I have 2 of coming in right now, so
We have
I can upgrade at least
detected an
1.
anomaly.
Senate is now in session for Form Galactic Council. Establishes Galactic Council of 3 members. The council begins with the powers to push emergency measures sanctions. Alright, I'll vote for that. Form a Galactic Council. Sure. Anomaly detected. Something interesting, good. And we have Arcadia. We can't yet do any decisions on it. Though we still have plenty of time. That's 1,790 still going. And this will be done by 2294. Should be enough time. If not, I'll just reenact it. It's fine. But either way, that does bring us, I believe, to the 10-year mark. It is now 2291, and this was a somewhat eventful episode. We have our 4th planet on the way, Arcadia, currently a tomb world. Will soon be not a tomb world, it will be a Gaia world when I'm done with it, which would be very nice to have, and it's quite sizable as well. It has 16 city districts, a fair few generator districts, and mining districts. I'm not sure what it will turn into when it's the Gaia world. We'll have to wait and see. Either way, having a Gaia world will be quite beneficial. We've got our construction ship over here, who is going to continue to grab the rest of these worlds. Managed to get 2 of them, and we'll also get to the ocean world over there and colonize that as well, which will bring us to 5 planets. And of course we need to upgrade Battle Group Sierra with the new Mac guns as well. So overall, pretty eventful, and I think we're doing quite well for ourselves. Our territory is still comparatively small compared to some others, but we are fixing that slowly but surely. We'll grab this territory, then we'll build out up here, up to this relic world, which we'll also go ahead and grab. That will be very beneficial for us to have, especially if we can repair it one day. We'll have a city planet. But this is all musings for another time. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Ta-ra!